Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander Score Studio. Welcome to the show. So, Commander Masters spoiler season has wrapped up, and we got some massive spoilers from this brand new set. I believe it's coming out in about a week or so from this point, but once it is released, we shall see how much prices drop, and yeah, some massive reprints that, well, some of which we've never seen a reprint for, or just have an incredibly high price, or just are a card in Commander that Commander players are like, please make this cheaper, Wizards, because I'd like to play with it. We are going to talk about on this episode, again, those massive reprints. Not necessarily like, oh, this is the most heavily played card of all time in Commander, but, like when it comes to price, yeah, these are heavy hitters. So let's jump into it. We're going to start things off with Quan Lord of Woo. Not a very popular commander, but one that might get a little more popular now that this is coming out, and also one that's going to be used in more decks now that's coming out and being reprinted. It's a $131 card because, well, it came out, I believe, like Portal 3 Kingdoms, and that didn't have a lot of print run, and yeah, it's a very unique card. It says, basically, all your creatures have horsemanship. So creatures you control have horsemanship. That is huge. Basically, that means that your creatures are essentially unblockable, because horsemanship is like flying, where it's like, hey, a flyer can block. I guess there's also reach, but so you know what I mean. More like shadow, maybe then? No, the blocking thing. Horsemanship is unique. Let's go with that. Essentially, your horses can only be blocked. Your creatures with horsemanship can only be blocked by creatures with horsemanship, because if you're riding on a horse, no one can catch you. Magic. Regardless, basically, this is, hey, your creatures are unblockable. So, yeah, a great card to be using in a deck. Kind of like Archetype Imagination in a way, somewhat, but a little bit different. And for the most part, your opponents probably will not have any creatures with horsemanship, or unless they also have a Sun Quan in play, sure, then they can block your creatures, but chances are very unlikely with that. So, yeah, again, $131, a massive reprint for this set. Let's move on. Another card that I believe came out in Portal 3 Kingdoms, Capture Xing Zhao. Take an extra for this one, 5 mana. We've seen a couple of other cards like this, like Temporal Mastery, I think is one. There's a couple of cards that are basically the exact same thing. Regardless, a 5 mana sorcery speed, that's fine. Extra turn spell is massive, and especially since this does not say that it exiles. Typically, when you're getting extra turn spell, these days they're like 6+ mana, and then also they exile upon resolution. So you can't really use and abuse them nearly as easily. That being said, this one, yeah, hey, very easily used and abusable. Hey, okay, cast this. Cool, I get an extra turn. All right, well, I'm going to get Eternal Witness in play. I'm going to get this back to my hand. I'm going to recast it, get another turn. Cool. Okay, okay, now I'll Cloud Shift the Eternal Witness. I'll bounce it, or blink it, and then it's going to come back into play. I get the ETB again. I'll get it back in my hand. Okay, cool, I get an extra turn. And then all your friends are just sitting there waiting for you to stop your game of Solitaire, and then you might win or not. But yeah, basically, extra turn spells like this are massive. Again, $123.17, a huge reprint. Moving on, Doubling Season. This card, it doesn't seem to matter like how many times it's actually reprinted. It's not reprinted all that often, but when it is, it does drop price slightly. My goodness, this card is so popular, so heavily used for so many reasons, even though it's so expensive. It's a $73 card right now, enchantment for 5 mana. Basically, it doubles up your tokens and it doubles up your counters. So decks that deal with tokens, cool, they love that. And again, it doubles up any kind of tokens. It doesn't have to be creature tokens, it's just double the tokens. So treasure tokens as well, that obviously has a huge impact with those too. I guess blood tokens, clue tokens, sure, all those as well. But more importantly, treasure tokens and of course creature tokens as well. And when it comes to doubling counters, that can impact a lot of things. Again, a +1/+1 counter build, cool. A like charge counter build, cool. And also recently as well. Well, I mean, not recently, I guess, but, more and more Planeswalker decks are becoming more and more popular. Your Super Friends decks, that doubles them up. And, of course, this can just become basically like a, hey, 2-card combo with any Planeswalker that can get its ultimate that is kind of like a game-winning ultimate right away thanks to this. So, yeah, a reason why it's expensive. Again, $73. Next up, Jeweled Lotus. This one, I believe, came out originally in the first Commander Masters, right? Not Commander Masters, what was it called? I mean, it's like Commander Masters. Anyways, Jeweled Lotus, tap, sacrifice that 3 mana, 1 color, space, mana only cast your commander. Yeah, a not controversial card, I would say, but kind of like Black Lotus, but just for your commander. This card really sees more play when it comes to more competitive metas, like CEDH, competitive EDH. That being said, yeah, if you want to get your commander out turn 1 and it's a 4 mana commander, you can with this. So yeah, have fun with that. You can do some really competitive things with this. It's a very expensive card at $70. Will probably drop a little bit thanks to that. Next up, Loyal Retainers, a 1/1 advisor. I'm sure it's like a human advisor these days. That costs 3. Basically, on your turn before you attack, you put it in your graveyard and take any one legend card from your graveyard and put that card into play. This is definitely worded a different way at this point. Again, another really old card from Portal 3 Kingdoms, a $64 card, one that can have a huge impact in many, many, many circumstances. Yeah, I mean, now again with this reprint, hopefully that drops its price quite a bit. Again, I believe that set did not have the highest print run. Please let me know in the comments below. Anyways, moving on, personal tutor, a huge tutor in Commander. I mean, there's kind of like the cycle of tutors that basically do around the same thing but slightly different. Sorcery for a blue mana, search your library for a sorcery card revealed, put in your hand, or shove your library on top of it, I mean, basically. Again, a 1 mana tutor for any sorcery in your deck. That is huge. This card really didn't see any reprints, so yeah, it's $57. A tutor for just a single mana, that is massive. Yeah, it only goes on top of your library, but again, you are in blue, you've got plenty of ways to draw, get it right in your hand, and then go from there. Next up, this card spiked in price so hard recently. Arachnogenesis, instant for 3 mana. Put X 1/2 green spider creature tokens with reach on the battlefield, or X number of creatures attacking you. And then also fogs prevent all the combat damage that we dealt this turn by non-spider creatures. So it's kind of like a fog plus, I mean, in combination with Shelob, which is why this card got so expensive, because Shelob is now a pretty popular commander. And also Shelob gives your spiders both ward too, which is nice, and also death touch. So this is basically now like a board wipe against someone attacking you in that deck. It's a huge card. It's a card that has never seen a reprint, and now it finally is. It came out like in C15. I think that was it, right? Basically. So finally seeing a reprint. Hopefully that drops its price quite a bit. But again, Shelob has made Spider Tribal very, very popular. So there's a reason why this is very expensive, and hopefully its price drops quite a bit. Next up, the Great Henge. A card that I've said, I'd say it was a mistake to make, but again, Wizards just kind of gets in these habits where they're like, let's just throw everything in the kitchen sink on a card. And this is just one of those cards that's like, yeah, it's too good. 7 green, but you're never going to pay. That's going to cost excess cast for X, the greatest power on creatures you control. Very easy for many decks to get this down to like 3 or just even 2 mana in total. Tap for green, you gain 2 life. So a massive mana rock that can give you 2 mana and also gain some life. That's nice. But also on top of that, again, they threw the kitchen sink at it. It would have been fine without this part. Whenever a non-token creature is battlefield under control, you get a counter on it and draw a card. It's also just massive card advantage in a way to really help, you know, +1 counter builds, make your creatures even bigger. Moving on, the Dragon, one of the most expensive commanders out there. For 4 and Wooburg. Well, I guess expensive when it comes to mana value, but also expensive when it comes to price. This is a $50 card, 10/10 Dragon Avatar, a very popular commander. In the command zone on the battlefield, dragons you cast cost 1 to cast. That is huge. That is Eminence. That is a mechanic that I don't really like very much. It's very, very good. Flying. Whenever one or more dragons you control attack, draw that many cards, and put a permanent card from your hand on the battlefield. Basically, again, one of the most popular dragon commander players out there. Commanders out there. On top of that, hey, if you have a 5-color dragon deck, you probably want the Dragon in it. It's just an incredibly good card. So yeah, popular as a commander, popular 99 of, again, dragon tribal decks as well, which I believe currently is the most popular tribe out there. A reason why this is very expensive and finally getting a reprint. Avacyn Angel of Hope, another just massive card, a massive, well, it is used as a commander, but I'd say more so in the 99. 8/8 Angel Flying Vigilance, indestructible for 8 mana in total. Other permanents you control have indestructible. It's a great creature to get into play and say, hey, okay, I have a massive threat now, and also, good luck dealing with any of my stuff. Stop touching my stuff. You cannot hurt my stuff. Well, I guess you can still bounce, exile, those kinds of things. But most board wipes, like a Wrath of God, are going to do nothing against me. So try something else. And on top of that, of course, it protects all your things, not just your creatures. Next up, Archpin Despair. $46. I did not realize that this one was $46. So expensive. And this one came on Battle Bond, I think, and that might be it. 6/6 flying demon. Your opponents can't gain life. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life. The life they lost this turn. Kind of like a wound reflection, essentially. And yeah, a great way to punish your opponents, to hurt them even more and say, oh, you just lost 20 life? Oh, now it's 40. You're gone. Yeah, this is a huge card. Moving on. Fierce Guardianship, a card that probably should never have been printed. This card's just pretty obnoxious in my opinion. Instant for 3 mana. If you control a commander, you may cast a spell paying its mana cost. Counter target non-creature spell. When it comes to countering non-creature spells versus creature spells, in Commander, you definitely care more about the non-creature spells the vast majority of the time. There's a reason why Negate is so much more popular than like Essence Scatter. They're both exactly the same card, except for one, counters non-creature spell, one counters creatures. You just want to counter the non-creature spells most of the time. This is a free way to do so. Again, as long as you got your commander in play, you can freely do that. It's a $46 card for a reason. Free counter spells are crazy good. Speaking of which, Deflecting SWAT. This one is in that same vein, essentially. Instant for 3 mana, 2 and a red. Control your commander, cast for free. Again, hey, you're playing commander. You're probably your commander out. Anyways, you may choose new targets for target spell or ability. That is huge because, hey, yeah, you're targeting my thing. No. Let's move that around. Let's target your thing or someone else's. And also in red, this is kind of like a free counter spell. If someone is countering one of your spells, you can say, no, well, let's just change that target to Deflecting SWAT. Now you counter Deflecting SWAT, not the spell that you originally wanted to counter. So a huge card as well. Again, $45. There are so many high reprints in this set, high value reprints. I mean, Finale Devastation, another great one. Search for X green, search life in graveyard for a creature card for mana cost, X or less on the battlefield. Search life for this way, shuffle it. X is 10 or more, creature control plus X again. Haste left turn. This is a game-ending card. This is a card that can be a great tutor for you in the right situation, or just, hey, you got enough mana, which you're in green, you definitely do. Hey, yeah, just get a giant creature out. Also give all your creatures trample and haste, and or plus X and haste. So just a game-ending X spell that is absolutely massive. Again, get creature out of your library or graveyard. Didn't need to say that, but yeah, if someone already dealt with one of your biggest creatures, cool, you get that too. Let's just end things right here. Finally, we got Umox's Hunger, 10/10 Eldrazi for 10 mana. When it enters the battlefield, or sorry, when you cast it, exile 2 permanents, indestructible. Whenever attacks Fang player, exiles the top 20 cards of their library. Yeah, this is yet another great way to take players out. A great way to just say, let's give rid of some permanents. I have this giant indestructible threat. And also, hey, let's just start milling you. Let's mill you. Let's mill you more. I mean, it's not even milling. It's like even worse than milling because that's exiling. They don't even get access to those out of their graveyard. They're just gone. So goodbye. I mean, I could just keep going and on with all the great reprints in this. Like Demonic Tutor. We got Kindred Dominance. We've got all the medallions. There's so many good reprints in this set. And yeah, hopefully their prices drop quite significantly. We got a lot of high value reprints. Yeah, there were some that didn't get hit. Unfortunately, that being said, yeah, a lot of great ones were reprinted, and hopefully we shall see that their prices drop quite significantly once the set actually comes out. So yeah, comment below your thoughts on all this. What was your favorite reprint from the set? What reprint did you hope to see from this set? So yeah, let me know in the comments below. And of course, as always, thanks again, and have a good one.
This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.